Hi everyone, my name's Sarah Lynn John and I'm a children's book author and the creator of Books for Curious Kids. Today we're going to be talking about adventure stories. The first adventure story that I want to tell you about is called The Canyon's Edge by Dusti Bowling, and it is phenomenal. Dusti wrote this book partially in prose and partially in verse. So this is a story of Nora, and she has lost her mother a year before, and it's her birthday, and she and her dad are going on a camping and climbing adventure in a slot canyon in Arizona. And but once they get out there, a flash flood comes and they're in danger, and it becomes a survival story, and the prose turns to verse as we go in kind of internal dialogue of what's going on with Nora as she's struggling to come to grips with her inner turmoil of the violent way that she lost her mother, as well as a physical struggle for her survival. And it's intense. Your kids will love it. It goes back to prose at the end. Don't want to, give you any spoilers or anything, but the verse novel makes it really fun. She mimics the wall of water coming down the slot canyon with the text layout, and plays with the formatting in different ways to make the story more vibrant and alive for the reader. So really fun. Another one that I want to share with you today is called Lifeboat 12 by Susan Hood. This is her debut middle grade, and she does a great job. It's a true story about during World War II in London during the Blitz, when they were getting bombed by the Nazis, and they sent their children away for safety. And Ken is the protagonist for this book, and he isn't sure he wants to get sent away. He's not secure in his love from his stepmother and feels like she might be trying to get rid of him. But his dad assures him that he's one of the lucky ones. There's 90 children that get to be sent to safety in Canada on the SS City of Benares, a big cruise ship, basically, where they get to eat 9 courses, and there's a toy room with all these new toys, and they think they're in heaven once they get there. That is until they're torpedoed, and then it becomes a survival story on a lifeboat out in the Atlantic Ocean. More historical than literary playful prose like The Canyon's Edge, but also excellent. This one does a good job of distancing the emotions for the younger reader. I feel like where this one is pretty intense, but both still within the 8 to 12-year-old age range, and adults like me that just really enjoy them. You do get a little bit of the emotion in the prose coming through in the formatting. And just really well done in the back. She has all of her, she has photos of the real people that went through these things. I believe Susan at one point considered writing it as a historical nonfiction book, but knew that middle graders loved really getting into the head of the protagonist in a story like this. So she wanted to kind of do both. It's a historical novel, very embedded in what actually happened with real quotes and real people. And you can see where she gets her information in the back from the various interviews. She actually did get to interview Ken, the main boy that is telling the story, when he was older, right before he died. So it's a pretty neat story. So highly recommend both of those if you have kids that want to enjoy an adventure while they're reading and maybe are new to verse. These are good ones, especially this one I would recommend for a first timer in verse novels. And if they like true history, then this one would be a really great pick as well. So those are my today's recommendations for books for curious kids, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.